Nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall. Nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall.
Man, Errol Spence rips into Oscar De La Hoya once again and let him know what it really was why he lost his whole stable to Al Haymon. Before we get into this next video, make sure that y'all hit my like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subbed to the channel. Man, that boy Errol Spence said Oscar De La Hoya was on his Eddie Kane shit and lost his whole stable because he couldn't keep the cocaine from up his nose. Now, recently, we seen Terence Crawford come out, and do a live video and tell a whole bunch of lies. That's just what it is, you know what I'm saying? Or, I ain't gonna even say he told a whole bunch of lies. He told a little bit of the truth mixed in with a lot of lies, and he left a lot of things out of what he told. Like, he didn't tell the whole story. You know what I'm saying? He just told the side of the story that was gonna make him look good. But after doing that, Errol Spence, he came out and he kept it 100. He didn't leave nothing untold. He didn't leave nothing untouched, and he told the whole story. All of the blank information that Terence Crawford decided to leave out to make himself look good, to make it look like that Al Haymon was just effing him over. Yeah, Errol Spence cleared all of that up and let us know what was really going on and who was really holding up the fight and why the fight really didn't happen. For some reason, Oscar De La Hoya felt like that he needed to stick his nose into something that ain't got shit to do with him. Oscar De La Hoya wanted to get in their business. And Oscar De La Hoya, he started retweeting everything that Terence Crawford would put up. So everything that Terence Crawford responded to in regards to what Errol Spence had to say, Oscar De La Hoya, he was retweeting it, saying, oh, I'm on Terence Crawford's side. Basically cheerleading for Terence Crawford the whole time. When this thing had nothing to do with Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions, or DAZN. Ain't got nothing to do with him. You're supposed to sit back and stay your ass up out of it and worry about focusing on promoting your fighters in your upcoming fight. And you got an upcoming fight this weekend with Zordo Ramirez against Bivol. But you focus on what's going on with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. Now, as y'all can see, I just put up one of the tweets of Oscar De La Hoya sticking his nose in Terence Crawford and Errol Spence's business, and he gonna take every chance he can to take a jab at Al Haymon because he's bitter because he lost his stable to Al Haymon because he wasn't doing business right. He couldn't stay out of rehab and he couldn't keep the cocaine from up his nose. But we'll get to all of that later. Now, in this tweet, as y'all can see, Oscar De La Hoya says, my respects to Terence Crawford. Cheerleading, already cheerleading, and exposing the Al Haymon circus. I've been dealing with this shit for years. I promoted all the PBC fighters, and it's all the same bullshit with them. They are not in charge. I'll be going live soon to elaborate and expose the truth. Now, let's go ahead and stop it right there. What you need to be worried about is somebody coming out and exposing the truth on your ass. But Errol Spence did that. Errol Spence let everybody know it had nothing to do with Al Haymon. But you steady blaming Al Haymon for your fuck ups. You lost all of the PBC fighters. And yeah, for those who don't know, once upon a time, all of the big name fighters that are now with PBC, like Errol Spence, Deontay Wilder, Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, and Adrian Broner, and we can go on and on, right? Basically, all of the big name black fighters, they were once with Oscar De La Hoya. But for one, Oscar De La Hoya, he wasn't treating them right. And Errol Spence let everybody know that. He said, you blaming shit on Al Haymon, but you wouldn't promote none of your black fighters. You had us on the shelf. You wasn't treating none of us right. I'm going to give y'all an example. Oscar De La Hoya had promised Jamal and Jermell Charlo at one point in time, right, that they was going to get a fight with Canelo Alvarez. Did he ever give them a fight with Canelo Alvarez? No. And you can hear them out of their own mouth talking about how he was promising them things like that and he would never come forth with it because he wouldn't promote black fighters at the time. Once Richard Schaefer left, everything went to shit over there at Golden Boy Promotions. Then Oscar De La Hoya, when he was running the company, when he wasn't in rehab, strung out on drugs somewhere, he wasn't running it right. He refused to promote black fighters. I mean, just look at his roster now. What black fighter does he promote? He got one black fighter that he promotes that anybody can think of, and that's Blair Cobb. Look at his whole Golden Boy stable. He had Rashidi Ellis, a hell of a talent, one of the best talents in all of boxing. And what he do with Rashidi Ellis? He put him up against Alexis Rocha, another one of his Mexican prospects that was supposed to be the shit. They was both coming through the ranks at the same time. He put Rashidi Ellis up against Alexis Rocha, and Rashidi Ellis beat the dog shit out of Alexis Rocha. And then what did he do with Rashidi Ellis after that? Instead of promoting him and getting him to the top, he set him on the shelf because he was pissed off that he beat Alexis Rocha. You feel me? And he never would promote Rashidi Ellis. And we can go on and on about Oscar De La Hoya. That's why Errol Spence had this to say about him. And he let him know right off the rip. Oscar talking about exposing somebody. Rashidi left you because you know how you handle black fighters. You don't promote them. So Errol Spence didn't hold his tongue, and he let everybody know straight up how Oscar De La Hoya be treating his black fighters and how he refuses to promote them. Then he come back and he say, Oscar De La Hoya, Rob Diaz and Eric Gomez really run Golden Boy Promotions. That's a fact. Now check this out. The reason he letting everybody know that is because once again, he's letting everybody know that Oscar De La Hoya, till this day, still can't run his own company because he can't stay out of rehab and he can't keep the cocaine from up his nose. That's what lost him all his fighters in the first place. He running around talking about he finna expose Al Haymon and Al Haymon took his fighters and Al Haymon did this and Al Haymon did that. But what he won't tell you is he couldn't run his company when he had all of the top fighters. It wasn't Al Haymon. Al Haymon was helping Golden Boy Promotions, right? And Richard Schaefer was the one that was running Golden Boy Promotions. Richard Schaefer is the one that was bringing all of the top fighters to Oscar De La Hoya. But Oscar De La Hoya got so strung out on drugs, he couldn't run his company. And Richard Schaefer got sick of that shit, and he said, you know what? I'm chunking the deuce, and I'm leaving. Go ahead and run this shit on your own. And when that happened, Oscar De La Hoya, he tried to run it the way he wanted to run it. He tried to run it by putting all of the black fighters on the shelf. He wouldn't promote none of the black fighters. So what happened? They had to leave. And they left and they went with Al Haymon. Al Haymon didn't take shit. You wasn't treating your fighters right. So they all went to Al Haymon. You know what I'm talking about? So stop blaming your drug addiction and you have to stay in and out of rehab on Al Haymon. And now Oscar De La Hoya is running around on Twitter talking about, oh yeah, I'm going live and I'm gonna expose everything. I'm gonna expose everything over there at PBC. Bruh, ain't nobody worried about you exposing nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Because you exposed everything when you pulled your goddamn skirt up you was wearing, put spatulas up your asshole, wearing high heels. You better sit down before somebody really come out and expose you. And that's what you really don't want. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense that Oscar De La Hoya is over here cheerleading for Terence Crawford, retweeting everything he has to say, egging shit on, instigating, when he has his own promotional company and his own fighters that he should be focused on promoting. But he can't even do that because he's so worried about what's going on with Al Haymon and his stable of fighters. And he's also come in public time and time again and tried to get Errol Spence to come with him. Oh yeah, Errol Spence, he's a tremendous fighter. Oh yeah, I used to have Errol Spence at one time. Oh, Errol Spence, come with Golden Boy. Come with Golden Boy. Errol Spence didn't want to come with you. He told him way back when he kept trying to tell him, come with Golden Boy, first of all, he's not even supposed to be doing that, right? Trying to entice other fighters that's under another stable to come with him. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be doing that anyway. They could have sued you for doing that shit. But Al Haymon wasn't thinking about you because he knows none of his fighters are about to leave him and go with you. And like Errol Spence told you way back then, I ain't going with no Golden Boy. Fuck Oscar. He did not treat me right when I was with him or none of the black fighters. So yeah, Oscar, you shouldn't have stuck your nose in this business that have nothing to do with you. You feel me? You about to be back in rehab again because you on the cocaine again and you're feeling yourself way too much. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this. What y'all think about Oscar De La Hoya putting his nose, right, literally, in their business? Drop a comment in the comment section, hit the like button, and y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.